Hello, my name is Andrew Akpose. In this channel, I share my tips, design hacks, and trainings to help you design graphics that promote, build, and scale your business online using just your smartphone. If that aligns with your interest, please hit the subscribe button below and turn on the notification. Also, rest assured, you'll be the first to get notified whenever I post a new video on my channel.
Yeah, this is the code design we want to replicate, we want to design. So I'll go to a fresh page. When you come to a fresh page, I have the background. As you can see, there is a background. The background, I don't want it to be plain white. That is why I use specifically this background image you are seeing, which is kind of white. So I have uploaded the background on my Canva library. So click on the page. Click on the page background to select it, go to replace, then I'll go to where I have it saved on my gallery. Alright, select it to replace the background, as you can see. So the next thing I want to do, I want to put a kind of, come to the plus icon, go to elements, underline some shape and include a rectangular shape, and use it to cover the whole of the page. Then I want to change the color to white. I'll change it to white. As you can see, it's plain white, but I want it transparent. Come to transparency and reduce the transparency a bit. Let's leave it at 53. All right, so I'll lock the background. Let me lock it. Lock. The next thing we want to do is to include our quotes and the rest of the design. Before we do that, as you can see, there's a kind of white, there is a kind of a blue circle that is transparent in the background. So go to the plus icon, then under elements, search for circle, then search. This is the circle I used. So click on circle to include it, then drag it to enlarge the circle. Okay, let's leave it here. Then change the color to, I'm using my brand color, I'm changing it to dark blue. Then come to transparency. I'll reduce the transparency a bit to 2019. Okay, let me leave it at that. The next thing I want to do, come to the plus icon and include under elements, include the rectangular shape once more. Okay, all right, I want to ensure it's at exactly at the center of the page. As you can see, with the center of the page, the middle of the page, this is at the center of the page, and also at the middle of the page you see the vertical and the horizontal line showing you the rectangular shape is at the center and also at the middle of the page. If you are not sure, you can go and use position to align them properly. Then the next thing I want to do, the border, I want it to be curved. Come to style, border width, add border. No, let's not add border. I don't want a border. Come to style, the corner of the shape, I want it to be something 45. Okay, let me see. Okay, I think this is okay. 45. Change it. I want to change the color. I'm changing the color. Then duplicate. I want to duplicate. Then drag to adjust. All right. I think. Oh, sorry. As you can see, at the middle, at the center, I want the border to be more curved than the other one. Come to style also too. Let's make it a 60. Let me change it to 75. All right, I think this is okay. So I'll change the color to yellow. That's my brand color also too. So orange or yellow, as the case may be. All right, the next thing I want to do, I want to include my image. Come to the plus icon. I have my image that I have removed the background already and uploaded it to Canva. So I'll just go to where I have it and include it. So I'll include my image, so I'll drag to fit in as I want. So I want to use the nudge tool to adjust it. Okay, as you can see, so that's that. I want to include a kind of a shadow behind my image. What I would do, I will duplicate, come to adjust, then brightness, reduce the brightness, contrast increase, saturation decrease, then come to blur. You can now click on blur, so I'll make it blur. Let's leave it at 17. Then come to transparency and reduce the transparency in a bit to 53. Then send to the back, position back, not to back once. I want it to be behind the main image, then backwards. As you can see the shadow, then I'll come to the nudge tool. I want to shift the shadow a bit to the side. Okay, so let me still reduce the transparency in a bit to 45. Is that okay? Let me still reduce it to 35. Yeah, I think that is okay. So that's that. Then I want to include a shadow under my image, as we see here. So come to the plus icon. I have the shadow installed on my Canva already. I just go to my library and include the shadow. As you can see, the shadow is like a long line. Then reduce. I'm dragging it from the corner, not from the side, so that it won't cut my shadow. Okay, I'll send to the back of the shape I have there. Come to position, click on back, then click on back again, and click on back again, because we have my main image, then we have the shadow, then we have the rectangular shape you see there. That is why I click on backward 3 times. So that's that. And the next thing I want to do, I want to include my text. So I'll go to where I saved my quote, then copy, select all, copy, and I want to paste it here. Come to the plus icon and click on text, click on add a subheading, edit, paste. Alright, so I will change the font style to Montserrat, then the size to 120. I'll change the size to 120, then I will drag it to adjust it. I'll change the color to white. This is center alignment. I want it to be left aligned. Come to format, click on left alignment. I want my text to be, let me reduce the space between the text a bit to 1.2. Let me just type it 1.2. Yeah, I think that's okay. Alright, so I'll duplicate my name, edit, my name. Alright, I'll place it here. Then my title, I'll reduce the size also too. I want only the quote to be bigger, to be 100. Okay, 100. Let me just type 100. Oh, sorry. Enter. So that's that. And duplicate also too. and edit, creative designer. I will reduce the size. So you can see I'm applying hierarchy here in my design. Now then let me make this 17, then change the color to my brand color, yellow. Then come to format, then italicize. Okay, so I want to now go and see and ensure they are well aligned. I want the whole of this text to be left aligned. So I'll hold this. You can see a line. You can see the line showing you that it's aligned to the left, and also I come and do that for the creative designer. So I'll make sure it's well aligned. A form, as you can see, the form is straight line to the left. This is alignment. I'm applying the principle of alignment here now when designing. So as you can see, it's all set. I want to include the other line you see there. Come to the plus icon, go to element, under element, click on line, under lines and shape, click on line. Okay, let me zoom in because I want to reduce the length of the line. You have to be patient with when designing. All right, so I'll change the size, come to line style, the weight to, let me see, 20. Okay, I think 20 is okay. Change to 20. Come to line color, let me leave this as white, and duplicate that. This is just to add style to what I'm doing, just to give my design a kind of okay, let me reduce this. Come to line color, I'll change it to yellow. All right, I think this makes a lot of sense, as you can see here. So let me reduce the border, the line width to 15. I think it's too thick. 15. All right, so what I want to do now, I want to adjust it down a bit. I'll come to the notch tool and click or hold down to shift downwards. Hold the other one to also to make sure they are well aligned. Just follow the red lines there, it will show you. See, it's showing you. If you see what I've done, is showing that they are at the same line. So that's that. Let me make it closer a bit. I'm using the notch tool now to shift gently. All right, so I want to, let me just select the whole of them together to make it one piece, so that I can move everything together if there's any need to make any adjustments. So I hold down the creative design, select multiple, select Andrew, select the yellow line, select the white line, then the quote, come to group, I group them so I can move them easily now, so as I want. As you can see, the horizontal line is showing me, is telling you that the quote is at the middle of the page, or at the center of that rectangle. So that's that. Then the next thing we want to do, we want to include my social media. I'll come to the shape, click on duplicate, and stretch to adjust. So when you are designing, always resist the temptation of using big fonts. As you can see, my design, my fonts are not too big, and yet whoever sees my design can read what I did. So it's not, you don't necessarily need to make your design so big. So come to the plus icon and include your icons. Facebook icon, under elements, I'll change it to, let's see what we have here. I'll change it to yellow, color to yellow. Zoom in to adjust conveniently. So Instagram icon also too, under elements, I'll change it to yellow. Zoom in to adjust, make sure they are the same size. So one icon should not be bigger than the other, so always zoom in to adjust. Then the icons should also be almost the same size with the font. So I'll come to the plus icon, then go to text, include as a subheading, edit. My Instagram handle is what I want to type at Elandro Akpose. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. Okay, then change the font to Montserrat. I want it to be, as you can see, I've been using just one font ever since. When you are designing, don't use more than 3 fonts. 3 maximum, 2 is recommended, or you can even stick to 1. Make it minimalistic. As you can see, I've been using just one single font. So I'll come to the size and reduce the size to 65. Okay, you can see how little my font is, how small my font is, but yet it can still be read. It's still readable, it's still legible. So always resist the temptation of using big fonts. So it doesn't, if you use big fonts, it doesn't mean your design it can be readable. You can use small fonts and it will still be readable and more presentable. So I'll duplicate that for the Facebook handle. Alright, so let me click on bold, format bold. Okay, let me now align and make sure. Okay, alright, let me still adjust a bit. So I want to show you something. If you see, look at this other one, the distance between the icon and my Instagram handle, then the Facebook also too. Watch something. Can you see the numbers you are seeing there? Almost the same distance. The distance between the Instagram handle and my icon is 39. Then here, this is how you use alignment. You can use the grid lines and what you see here, unlike what you see on CorelDRAW or other software where they use grid lines for alignment. In Canva, it's kind of easier to do. As you can see, 39, you can easily align your work. So that is that, and that is how to design a quote design, just like I did here. So you can also replicate the same thing.
Alright everyone, there we go. If you have any question or comments or contribution, you can drop them in the comment section. Also, if you are new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification button so that you won't miss out on subsequent new training videos that I will be dropping on this channel that will also help you design better. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.